Here we have the current stock market update for Palantir Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker PLTR. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is the daily time frame. I did think it was a good idea to just sort of look at a bare view of this stock to try to get a sense of where we stand currently, because at the moment, even on these longer term reading, this daily indicator reading here, we are seeing that share prices are trading in fairly overbought territory at the moment. So we can simply start here with the indicator reading itself because we're currently trading above 83. Which is considered to be heavily overbought, obviously. And that really shouldn't be much of a surprise given the fact that we're now trading near $58 per share. But one thing to note here is that, the stock does have a history of sort of entering into this price territory previously. So as we can see here, for example, the indicator reading actually had a more of an overbought reading at that time. And the stock itself was actually trading, below $15 at that point. We're really looking at about a $13 share price at that point. So, in terms of the longer term history here, we're not even really trading at the most elevated levels here. And what this does tell us is that the stock has this tendency to sort of exhibit this type of behavior. So, just quickly before we start to move in here, we should sort of note the fact that there is still positive momentum here for the most part. This current trend reading here has seen a break to the downside, but we did see enough of a bounce here where I would be, convinced that this would be considered to be a false breakout to the downside. I do think that this momentum reading is currently active and valid at the moment. However, we do need to sort of consider the fact that the slope here on this trend reading is relatively drastic. I mean, it wouldn't take very much here to start to move into the downside direction and to break through there. I mean, all the stock would really need to do is to start rolling over out of overbought territory. And then at that point, we would starting to come into contact with that trend line again. So it's possible that things could bounce from here. But when we take into consideration the fact that, this stock's forward PE ratio is really sort of off the charts at this point, it really wouldn't be surprising here to see a pullback. We have even seen Alex Karp himself sort of sell a lot of his stock recently. So he is getting the sense that the stock is starting to become a bit overextended at these levels. So not really surprising if we do start to see some downside developments here. So if we sort of drill in here, it does make sense to start to look at potential price zones, which would sort of give us some areas of support in the event that we do start to see these downside price movements here. Every YouTube channel that covers this stock really does have a positive take on the stock constantly. It's really never a negative reading. So we will do a little bit of an alternate viewpoint here and sort of look at the potential for downside here, given the fact that the stock has run so far so quickly. So if we do start to see share prices move lower here, what I would be looking at first would be this sort of support zone, which was created during the November 4 trading session. This would have come in right near $41 per share. And I think that I will sort of move down here to the shorter term time frames. So here we're looking at an hourly price chart. And this does give us a little bit of a better sense of what actually what this trend movement here actually looks like. So, if we do start to see share prices move lower, the first place that I would be looking would sort of be right around this 38.2% Fibonacci retracement zone, because this is sort of what is coming into contact with the 50-hour exponential moving average. The only factor here to note is that these exponential moving averages at the moment, you can see that they're rising extremely quickly. I mean, this is not really not normal kind of a price action here. So what this has caused is a movement in the exponential moving averages that is extremely dramatic. So these price levels are rising quite quickly, and if we do start to see share prices, any sort of reversal here is going to start to break through these moving averages relatively quickly. I mean, it wouldn't take very much for that to happen. As you can see here, this 20-period EMA is going to come very close to the share price itself very soon. This might even happen during the Monday trading session. I mean, it's definitely not impossible for something like that to occur. So we can sort of point to this 38.2% Fibonacci retracement zone as a reason to believe that the stock could potentially find some support here And we will sort of mark this here currently because this comes in at $51.70. The only sort of issue at this point is that this EMA might sort of move so quickly that it moves right through this 32% retracement area before share prices are actually even able to move down and pull back into this type of price zone. So that would be one factor to watch. And if that does occur, next I would really be looking at this 100 period EMA. Because a similar type of event could happen here, where you're actually running into contact with that 38.2% fib retracement zone, along with that 100 period EMA. So this would be the 100-hour exponential moving average. That's the purple line here. So just before I close out the video here, I do want to sort of quickly look at the indicator reading here because, as we can see, this type of price movement really does a lot of damage to our ability to assess price trends, because as we can see, this downward trend that had been in place recently has definitely broken to the top side. We're trading in overbought territory here, as we can see on the hourly time frame. And there really isn't, there's so much dramatic, drastic, kind of erratic activity here, volatile activity, where every prior trend has been broken, as we can see. So I'll just quickly sort of look at a prior uptrend that was being seen here. I mean, this was broken to the downside during this kind of drastic movement here. But then there was this major reversal here. I mean, this is just really chaotic price action at the moment. And, it's just not really the type of stock that you want to see, as a potential long position right now. And I understand that people don't want to hear that. But when you're dealing with all of this erratic price action, the path of least resistance is to the downside. The potential for upside is outweighed by the potential for downside at the moment, and that's simply just due to the fact that we've seen so much upside price movement. Everybody on YouTube likes to sort of kind of roll with the hype and suggest that these types of movements can just sort of continue forever. But this is looking extremely overextended at the moment. So here's the current stock market update for Palantir Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker PLTR. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.